Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the chopping block on the cutting edge of metal. Today, we've got a new episode in Fresh Metal Album Reviews, and today we are going to be doing the new slam death metal project, Hydroxy, and their EP, their debut EP, in fact, Steel is Truth. Now, this is their debut, so very exciting. We get to see what these guys have to offer fresh out the gates. So, super excited for that. But yeah, it's slam death metal. It's definitely more hardcore oriented slam, which is not my favorite. Normally, I like the more sort of death metal-y slam, even more like leaning into brutal death metal, just straight brutal death metal, as opposed to super groovy slam. Like, I don't know, I've heard someone call it gangster slam. I'm not a huge fan of that, but like I am willing to listen to that. And plus, I don't really know. Like, this is just from the vibes I get from them. But so let's see what they have, and hopefully they can do a great job of it. So I'm very excited. Now, before we listen to it, remember, we must look at the album cover. This one, I actually absolutely love this album cover. I think it's really well put together. It's pretty, I wouldn't say it's basic, but it's a really good combination of like the like insanity of like death metal album covers where it's super intricately drawn and there's so much going on at one time and there's lots of lines and lots of colors. It's like that, but combined with like I guess a sort of like a gangster aesthetics that a lot of new slam bands use. So I think it's a pretty good sort of meeting between that. The logo is really cool, and particularly the color scheme as well is really unique. It's very different to a lot of generic album covers. So I'm really happy with the album cover. It's very eye catching and cool. So props to them. But regardless, I'm going to go listen to them, and after that, I will give you my thoughts, comments, ideas about the album, favorite song, and the final score, how good it was. So I'm going to go listen to it and give you all that info. Bye. Yo, what's good, guys? Just listen to the album. The EP, sorry. Just listen to the EP, and I will tell you, it was fine. There were defo some cool moments in the EP, I won't lie. There was a guitar solo that I thought was pretty cool. You don't often get that in. Sometimes you do, but I don't know. It was kind of surprising. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Also, the interlude. The first half I didn't like so much, but the second half where it was very, very ambient and there were no screams, I thought that was very, very cool and interesting on a slam EP. But I can't lie, that was about most of the notable parts I can remember. Like, my main issue with this EP was it was just fairly generic sounding. There are a lot of bands that sound very similar to it, and I just couldn't really differentiate between them. Look, I'm being really harsh. This was a good EP, guys. Like, especially considering this is debut. Like, this is way better than any thing I could come up with as my debut EP. So it's honestly not like it's not bad. It is good, but I'm just saying in a grand scheme of things, like there wasn't a lot that set them apart. Like I feel like with a lot of bands, they a lot of good bands and well-known bands, there's like one thing or a couple things they do or a thing in their sound that really sets them apart. Whereas this band, they haven't really got that, and so it's just like, well, why? What's their thing? Why would I listen to them? And I am being harsh. It's their first EP. Like cut them a bit of slack, I guess. But that's just how I felt. Another thing that I hated, not with the sound of it, I was actually happy they didn't have this, but when I was reading the comments of the video I saw, I realized everyone was saying some BS like, add in bass drops. Oh, there weren't enough bass drops in this. Oh my god, let me tell you something. I hate bass drops in slam. I think they sound so dumb. I don't get why people put them in. It's like, I don't know, they're just an ick thing I have with metal. When people put bass drops in, like electronic bass drops, oh my lord. Ugh, it's just such a cheap, lame thing. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's not a thing for me, but yeah. I thought that was kind of funny when I saw that in the comments. And yeah, that's what I thought of the EP. The best song by far, in my opinion, was Gutted by 9mm. That was a really cool sounding song. I like that. In total, this was a tough one, guys. It was hard to give it this score, but I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Definitely good. Definitely go check them out if you're interested in slam. They're definitely very, very solid. But also as a non-slam guy, it wasn't a thing for me. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Solid. Very good for a debut EP, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I reckon. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys think it was tough? Do you think I'm full of shit and it was actually really good? Do you think it was mid? What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below and put any requests down in the comments down below. Thank you for everyone who watched this video. Really appreciate all the views I get. It means so much to me, so thank you. But I will see you in the next one. Bye!